Alright, good morning everyone. I am Christine Gate Bakaran, and today, together with Nico Siblos, we're going to report the topic multimodal analysis. So first is the introduction. Researchers have developed various methods to study interactions between individuals, objects, and environments using a multimodal perspective. Some focus on artifacts and text, while others prioritize interactions between people, environments, and objects. This results in significant differences in data collection and analysis practices. These differences stem from how these methods conceptualize modes, address historical and psychological factors, and consider objects, text, and artifacts. Understanding this connection is crucial for successful multimodal projects. So these are the kinds of methods or approaches. First is the multimodal interaction analysis. Next is mediated discourse analysis, nexus analysis, geosemiotics, systemic functional multimodal discourse analysis. Next is the social semiotics, multimodal conversation analysis, and multimodal critical discourse analysis, cognitive linguistics, multimodal metaphor, and many others. But first, we focus on multimodal interaction analysis. So, multimodal interaction analysis represent a comprehensive method for examining multimodal actions and interactions. Rooted in mediated discourse analysis, this framework focuses on mediated action, which is defined as a social actor performing with a through mediational means as a primary unit of scrutiny. Given that given that mediated action inherently involves a social actor utilizing mediational means, which is the video recordings of these social actors are a key form of data. Researchers have applied this framework in various contexts, such as interactions in classroom, family, video conferencing scenarios, managing attentions and awareness during high school tutoring sessions. So, ang multimodal interaction analysis is mo ni siya ang approach na which nagagamit og kanang um, like for example gadgets. Uh, Through these gadgets naga-video recording sila para ang data is ilahang makollect through video recording. So next is the mediated discourse analysis. Mediated discourse analysis, established by Ron Scollon, highlights the significance of social actions in comprehending practices and discourses. It employs the idea of mediated action, which pertains to the activities that social participants perform using mediational means as its analytical focus. This method is utilized to explore actions, practices, and discourses, beginning with an examination of specific actions. For example, Scollon's research on handing centers on the tangible act of passing objects. Uh, Scholars apply mediated discourse analysis to investigate the convergence of practices and resources, such as the street signs found in the Circle. Morning a sign reflect the influence of language policies, hierarchies, and norms, often incorporating a blend of language that includes minority, majority, and global language. So mo ni siya kaning mediated discourse theory or analysis. A theory is grounded in the notion that human action is accomplished through discourse that appears in many forms. Mo ni siya tong makita nato sa mga hard copies, digital text, mental representation of text from near distant past and potential future. Like for example, kanang makita ninyo sa mga streets like traffic signs, traffic language, kanang mga stop or kanang pause ana. Ano siya ang mga example. The next is the systemic functional multimodal discourse analysis. Systemic functional multimodal discourse analysis is a multimodal framework that emphasizes the composition and purpose of language, which is a semiotical that fulfills social rules. It is grounded in systemic functional linguistics, which perceive language as an organized system of signs. Language acts as a semiotic tool, enabling individuals to make choices and their meaning in connections with other options. This framework extends the same concept of structure and purpose to various semiotic tools such as layout, framing, and color. Three key meta-functions of semiotic tools are pivotal to this framework, representing both internal and external experiences, performing social relationship, and constructing coherent discourse. So, ang systemic, wait lang, kanang theoretical and practical meaning, kanang makita na to sa mga, wait lang, kamurag nakalimot ko sa ano niya. Mano siya focus ni siya on how meaning is made through the use of multiple modes of communication as opposed to just language. Like for example, kanang sa kanang kung asa nagagikan ang tama ba ko? Asa gagikan ang usa ka meaning sa isa ka word. Yes. Mao na siya. And then next is the social semiotics. Social semiotics, which finds its foundation in systemic functional linguistics, employs grammar as its theoretical framework. It encompasses the gathering, documenting, and organizing a semiotic resources, encompasses both physiologically and technologically produced actions and artifacts. These resources are utilized purposely to fulfill social needs and functions by using grammar as a theoretical framework. It indicates that there is an intrinsic structure to semiotic resources which provide meaning possibilities for their creators. Semiotic potential refers to all theoretically conceivable and potential application of semiotic source. So, ang social semiotics a branch of field which investigate human significant practices in specific social and cultural circumstances. Tama di ay. So, mo ni siya ang naga-examine sa variety of ways of text kung asa ni siya gikan. Like for example, social, the word semiotics, and ang semiotics is derives from the Greek word semyon or sign. Wala siya ang example. And then next is the multimodal conversation analysis, which Sir Miko will discuss, and that's all for my topic. Next is the next reporter is Sir Miko na.
So, ako na po, balik. So, this topic about status of object and artifacts. This status of object and artifacts, two approaches differ in analyzing object and artifacts. So, approaches with limited analyze. Number one, multimodal interactions analysis. Number two, mediated discourse analysis. And this number three, conversation analysis. This approach only analyze object and artifacts in relation to how people interact with and refers to them. So these approaches focus on cataloging and analyzing the semiotic resources of object and artifacts to understand their meaning. So produce another topic. Ma'am, pakibalin ko ma'am. So here are definition of multimodal conversation analysis. This chapter discusses the 5 approaches to multimodal data analyze. So number 1, multimodal interactions analysis, mediated discourse analysis, systemic functional multimodal discourse analysis. Number 4, social semiotic, and the last one, multimodal conversation analysis. So sa last topic, ma'am, balik ko dito sa kwan, ma'am. Sa definition of mode na ta. So these three approaches define mode differently. Number 1, multimodal interactions analysis involving the social actors. A mode as a system of mediated actions involving social actors, psychological and embodied interactions. So number 2, multimodal and conversation analysis lacks a clear definition of mode. So number 3, systemic functional linguistics. Mode as structure set of semiotic resources shaped by social and cultural context for meaning making. The challenge lies in recognizing these differences between working across approaches, particularly in data collections and analysis. So that's all. Thank you. Morato, ma'am.
Good morning, everyone. I am Rosal Rasma, together with Rosalyn Incabo. Our topic for today is about Chapter 9, Multimodal Analysis, Issues, Biology, and Carried Well. So the chapter outline of this topic is discusses multimodal approaches to the study of linguistics and representation and communication more generally. Let's draw attention to the range of different tools to make meaning beyond language, such as speech, visual aids, image, and writing, and those offers new ways of analyzing language. So the next slide. Baba ka naman ako. The next is introduction, multimodality. So multimodality is the context of research and analysis, not a theory itself, but the field of application. Its theoretical approaches can be used to study and understand the different aspects of multimodal communication. It is multimodal framework for studying how different communication modes with text, image, sound, and etc. and work together and researchers can draw up various tools and methods to analyze this interaction. Next, baba pag gamay, doon nakikita. Next is social linguistics approaches to multimodality. These approaches that study of multimodality, it's not the traditional social linguistics as conversation analysis relevant for it indeed highlights the concept of multimodality itself is understood and interpreted differently in the frameworks of social linguistic research. Slide. Next na. Baba gamay sa So, a social scientific approach to multimodality. This explains that social scientific those are sources used in communication, social for meaning. These stars help individuals convey meanings that are appropriate to the demands and expectations of different social groups or communication. And this focuses on how meanings socially constructed and negotiated through the use of multiple communications. A social semiotic approach to multimodality, it is approach to multimodal analysis. It's explained that the social semiotics, these are sources of communication like image, text, and etc. As social tools for meaning making. These sources help individuals to convey effective meanings that are appropriate, convey appropriate of the demand and expectations of different subgroups or communities that focus in how meanings in social constructed and negotiated through the use of multiple communications. Next. Next is collecting and analyzing multimodal data. This process of collecting and analyzing multimodal data, it's known that one steps share similarities with general ethnographic methods and whose use of structural linguistic approaches previously discussed, setting Erickson 1986 and Green and Bloom 1997. The key difference lies in the systematic attention given to meaning making and how people use various communication modes to represent world interact socially. And its unique process on the interplay of different moods and creating meaning with digital linguistics. Next. So, we have the four steps. First, collect and logging. Collecting and logging involves gathering all relevant multimodal data such as text, images, audio, and video from various sources and recording the origin and context. So, step two, viewing data provides a preliminary overview of the data to understand its overall nature and identify potential themes or patterns. Step three, sampling data selects a representative subset of data for detailed analysis, focusing on the most relevant or informative parts. And the last, try to analyze involves transforming the sample data into an able format and then systematically analyzing it to identify key patterns, relationships, and interpretations. I think
Pitch in a multimodal world, a social semiotic study of classroom interaction. This case study is drawn from the research project, The Productions of School English, CRIS 2005 in London. The study follows a multimodal approach to answer how is English produced? What does English become when interactively contracted and classroom with social, cultural, and linguistic diversity? So this topic is gikan siya sa mga study sa London where researchers nag-conduct of teachers, students interviews, video recordings of classroom observations sa tulo ka schools. The goal sa study kay to understand kung unta ang effect sa multimodal approach sa learning o classroom interaction. Next. Writing in a multimodal world, a social semiotic study of learning resources. This section discusses how learners of communications such as text, image, and design explore how the importance of understanding semiotic resources in educational materials. This section explains how learning materials are not just about text. Um, Instead, they include images, graphics, layouts, and other elements that help convey meaning. These different modes of communication help learners understand concepts more effectively. For example, a lesson with a visual aid, ano mo yun, aid, ano mo yun, sa ato, kumbaga sa ato ang room, nagahimo mo dito visual aids para mag-report, para dali ra siya o dili siya langan. So, easy ra siya to understand, then dali ra siya masabtan kung tarungon lang po na to ang atong visual aid para masabtan po na to sa mga classmates. This study emphasized the importance of understanding semiotic resources, which are different ways that meaning is created through learning materials. Potential and limitation of multimodal research. This part highlights both the strengths and challenges of multimodal research, while it provides deep insights into meaning making across different modes. It also faces methodological difficulties such as analyzing dynamic and context-dependent interactions. Researchers must navigate these complexities to effectively study and apply multimodal principles. So, sa potential and limitations of multimodal research, this part explores both the benefits and challenges of multimodal research. The advantage is that multimodal learning makes educational more engaging and easier to understand by using different modes. However, the challenge is the analyzing these modes and is difficult because meaning can change depending on the context. For example, body language can have different cultures, making it hard for researchers and to create a universal framework. Researchers must be careful when studying multimodal communication to ensure accurate analysis. Next. Acknowledgement. This section expresses gratitude to those who contributed to the research, including colleagues, mentors, and institutions that supported the work. It recognized their role in shaping the study's development and its site. So ang acknowledgement is this section is a way of expressing gratitude to those who contributed to the research. It recognized individuals and institutions such as professors, colleagues and funding organization and that played a role in developing the study. So next is for the reading. For the reading is for those who want to explore multimodal research further. This section providing a list of recommended books, articles and resources. It helps leaders dive deeper into the topic by referring to key works and scholars in the field. That's all. Thank you. I'm Rosaline Incabo. I forgot to kalimut kong ingon sa akong name sa first. Thank you.